Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for showing up for this nighttime yin yoga class. And even if it isn't close to your bedtime, that's okay. This class is designed to help you really relax, let go of your day, get out of your head into your body. And if you're unfamiliar with yin, yin is when we hold postures for longer, okay? So that's why I suggested having pillows, having blankets, blocks, or hardcover books, because these are props, and props are really just an extension of our body. So they're really gonna help us sink deeper into the postures, because we will be holding them from anywhere from 2 minutes to 5 minutes per posture. And of course, we will always be focusing on our breath. If you shared your screen, you wouldn't be in the recording. No, Michelle, it'll just be me. So I made sure, so when I spotlight the video, it just records me. So if you want to be on camera, you're more than welcome. But again, I really can only see myself right now. But I'm going to give lots of modifications, really good instructions, and make sure that everyone is feeling comfortable. So we are going to begin, like I said, seated. If you want to be on a pillow or one of your blankets, you're more than welcome. I'm just going to sit up on the blanket, cross-legged. And we are going to begin today's class with some breath work. And we're going to be practicing Nadi Shavasana, also known as alternate nostril breathing. I know there are a few of you here who are getting over COVID or still sick with COVID or just not feeling great in general. So do what you can. If it starts to feel uncomfortable, stop and just do some regular deep breathing, or the best that you can. But for Nadi Shavasana, we're going to use our dominant hand. So I'm right-handed. So that means that my ring finger covers my left nostril and my thumb covers my right. Of course, if you're left-handed, that's going to be a little different. So use your dominant hand. And it's really simple. We're helping to tone and stimulate our vagus nerve. And our vagus nerve brings us into a ventral state, also known as social engagement. So we're really allowing ourselves to get into relaxation before we go even deeper into relaxation. So just take a regular breath, have your hand near your face. You can close your eyes if you know this. If you don't, then of course, keep them open and watch me. So take a breath, inhale through the nose, exhale, sigh out the mouth, and then inhale. Close your left nostril with your ring finger, exhale out the right. Inhale through the right nostril, close, exhale out the left. Inhale through the left nostril, close, exhale out the right. Inhale through the right, close, exhale out the left. And keep following this rhythm. Doing your best not to force your breathing, just allowing it to be thread-like. Just leading in to either side as we balance our yin and yang energies of the body. And as you start to get the hang of this, see if you can make your exhales a little bit longer than your inhales. Three more on each side. Keep going. I'm just going to let another person in. Oh, another person. Okay, and for those of you who just entered, we're just starting seated on our mats with a blanket or pillow underneath our bottoms. And for those of us who've been practicing Nadi Shodhana, you can let that go. And you decide, do you need some grounding this evening? Then have your palms face down, resting on your thighs. Do you want to receive some love and energy from the universe? Then have your palms facing up towards the sky. For those of you who just entered, please make sure to mute yourself. Thank you. And then if you really want to connect within, have your hands over your heart. Left hand and then right over left. And this is this beautiful, when we have our left and then our right hand, it's symbolizing our divine masculine or yang energies, holding our divine feminine or yin energies. So if your eyes aren't already closed, close down your eyes. And just focus on your breath. Notice your breath in your body and how it feels this evening. Remember, there's no right or wrong. We're just noticing with curiosity and compassion as we start to connect deeper with ourselves and go deeper into relaxation. Our next 3 breaths, we're going to inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh out the mouth. 2 more on your own. Beautiful. You can blink open your eyes if they were closed and remove the prop or that blanket, whatever was underneath your butt. And we're going to begin. So we're going to start with our right leg out to the side, stretched out, and our left leg is bent, and your left foot is kind of resting on the inside of your right thigh. Now, if this is uncomfortable, I always suggest then sitting on the blanket, hold it up. It's going to raise up your hips and make this a little easier. Have your blocks or your books close by. If you don't have blocks or books, then you can use your pillows. So bring that block into, as one of my yoga teachers has always said, this is baby bear height, okay? Mama bear, papa bear. So we're going in baby bear. And the block is coming just in front of our right calf. And we're gonna rest either your hand, your right hand, or your forearm on the block. And let your right ear fall towards the right shoulder. And as you inhale, lift that left arm up and over. We're coming into a side Janusirsasana, a side head to knee pose. If it feels comfortable, you can close down the eyes. And just again, focus on your breath. If your head is feeling a little heavy since you have a prop there, if you bend at the elbow, you can cradle your head with your right hand. You might need to bring your block or your prop up a bit or add another prop if you want to do this. And really breathe into the stretch that's happening down the left side of your body. You might really feel this in your left outer hip. And staying exactly as you are, except your left arm is now going to reach away from your body. Flexing that left hand, keeping the hand active, just to make sure that we're keeping our chest open, we're not collapsing forward here. And you can keep your arm like this, or maybe you want to go for a bind, reaching that left hand for the right hip crease, or maybe holding on to your clothes or your pajamas like me. And staying here for a few more breaths. On your next exhale, slowly let that go. Use your right hand to cradle your head as you come back up so you don't get a head rush. Move that block out of the way. We're going to turn now and we're facing our right leg. Our left foot is, sole of our foot is on the mat, our knee is bent. Left arm is going to come behind us as we hug the left knee with our right arm, coming into a twist. And don't force this. Just start small, and on each exhale, allow yourself to twist a little more. On our inhale, we grow a little taller, and on our exhale, we twist. Beautiful. On your next exhale, you can counter twist a little bit to the other side. We're coming in now into Shavasana, head to knee pose. Your head does not have to get to your knee. Just stay in that right first and foremost. This is where some props are going to come in handy. Blocks, pillows on either side, just to support you if you want to go deeper. You can also put a pillow under your knee or your blanket to help you, but have a micro bend in your right knee to protect your knee. Inhale, spine will grow a little tall. Exhale, just start to walk yourself forward, going to wherever your edge is. And remember, you don't have to go all the way right away. Let your exhales guide you deeper into the posture. And we just have another person, so I'm going to let them in. And of course, if you don't need the props, you don't have to use them, but they're there. Welcome, Erica. We're just in a head to knee pose right now. You can have your props alongside you if you need. Wherever you are in your Shavasana, let your head and neck hang heavy. They don't have to do any work right now. And on your next inhale, slowly walk yourself back up. And we're just going to switch sides. Move your props where you need. And again, always nice to use a prop for our side, Shavasana on the other side. If you found that the baby bear height of your block or your book was a little too low, you can raise it up one. But bringing your left hand or forearm in front of your left calf, letting your head and neck drop to the left side, and inhale, our right arm reaches overhead. And again, if you want to cradle your head with your left hand, you're more than welcome. Close down the eyes and focus on your breath. And staying exactly as you are, except for that right arm, reach it away from the body, hand is flexed. Check in, make sure you're not folding forward with your chest, that your chest is open. And again, if you took the bind on the other side, do it on this side, right hand reaching for left hip crease, or just holding on to your clothes. Letting that go, using your hand to cradle your head as you bring it back up. Moving that prop out of the way so we can turn to face our left leg now, sole of the right foot on the mat. Right arm coming behind us, hand on the mat, hugging our right knee with our left arm and beginning to twist towards the right. Again, go slow, let your exhales guide you deeper into this twist. On your next exhale, let that go, maybe counter twist a little bit to the left. And then letting that right knee fall down towards the mat or coming into Shavasana on the left side. So again, this is a great opportunity to use your props to support you as we go deeper into the posture. No matter where you are, inhale, spine is tall. Exhale, begin to walk yourself forward. Finding that place where you feel a stretch, but you can still breathe with ease. If you ever are in a posture and you notice your breath getting short or tight, that is just your body's way of saying to you, hey, we've gone a little too far, just ease back a little bit. Staying here for 10 more breaths. Beautiful. On your next inhale, slowly walk yourself back up. Move any props just out of your way for just a second. We're coming into a butterfly pose now. So I'm going to give a lot of options here. So for your butterfly, your feet do not have to be close to your butt. If anything, I would like you to have a bigger diamond with your legs, since we're going to be here for a while. And this is where our props are going to be really handy. So grab those pillows, those bolsters, whatever you have, and you're going to stack everything in front of you. So if you have blocks or books, I like to start with those as a base. Put a pillow and another pillow. You might need a blanket on top of here too, because we're going to be folding forward, and ideally your head is going to be resting on your support. So if you know that folding forward this way isn't necessarily in your practice, you build yourself up to support you. A reminder to always bring the practice to your body and not your body to the practice. So what I mean by that is don't force yourself into any pose. So slowly start to come forward, and you might need to, if your forehead is directly on the pillow, it might be uncomfortable. So you can always turn your head to one side, and I'll cue you when to turn your head to the other side so we even out this neck stretch. But begin to sink into this supported butterfly pose. If you had your head turned to one side, turn it to the other to even out the stretch for your neck. And on your inhale, slowly coming up and out. Now don't move your props too far away because we're going to use them. I'm just going to turn so you can see better what I'm doing. So we're still in a butterfly with our legs. We're going to come into a reclined supported butterfly now. So this is where having your props behind you is going to be ideal. If you're working with blocks, stack them one on top of the other. If you don't have blocks, stack them one on top of the other. And this is where we're going to use our pillows or our blankets or whatever we have that's cushiony behind us. And so we can come back like this, okay? And if your head is hanging off, because again, if you don't have a bolster, it's not going to be as long, just move yourself further down so your head doesn't have to hang back. Like for me, I have to move back even further. So then once you get there into our supine butterfly, supine butterfly. Just notice this might feel even more intense for your groin area, especially if you have really tight hips. So be mindful of that, and you can always inch your feet further away from your body. That will help. If you're like, I want more, bring your feet closer into your body, and that's gonna deepen the stretch. I'm too close to the wall, so my diamond is very big. You can leave your arms as they are with your palms facing up, or you can bring one hand to the belly and one hand to the heart. If you have your hands on your body, just notice your breath moving through your body as you feel it. Inhale, the belly will rise, the ribs, the chest, the collarbones. And exhale, back down from the collarbones, chest, ribs, and belly. Doing our best to focus on this deep belly breathing. Assist us in relaxation. On your next inhale, use your hands to bring your legs up. Bring those knees together. And just slowly roll to one side to come out of this posture. Use your hands to lift you back up. Beautiful. Okay, we're coming into a forward fold. Super simple, but I'm gonna give options. So for your forward fold, if you find that when you fold forward, you have a hard time coming forward, hinging at the hips and folding forward, sit on a pillow. It's gonna help you come further. Or you can always have as I scooch, a pillow underneath your knees. Okay, whatever suits you best. You can do both even if you wanted. But as you get settled, whether the pillow's under your butt, under your knees, or maybe you don't want any props at all for this, even though I do suggest it, you can use a bolster, yeah. Or the pillow, sorry. So inhale, spine will grow tall. Exhale, similar to our Shavasana, just use your hands to walk yourself forward. You don't need to go to your, full expression of the posture. Just allow yourself to come into it with ease. Let your head and neck hang heavy. They don't have to do any work. And see if on each exhale you can sink a little bit deeper. Of course, if you can grab the feet, you're more than welcome to hold on to your feet. But just know wherever you are is perfect for your body, and that's all that matters. On your next inhale, slowly walk yourself up. Move the front. Have them close by. We're going to need them still. So now I want you, as we're seated, hands behind you, feet are as wide as your mat. Just start to windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Now I need to do this facing because I don't have the room. And we're going slow. Don't need to rush this movement. And the next time you're over to the left, we're going to stay. So I just need to move myself so you can see me better. So our left foot is kind of resting on top of or in front of the right thigh, not necessarily on top. And so we're coming into a supported deer pose. So this is where props are super handy. You're going to take your pillows, your blanket, your bolster, whatever you have. You're bringing it close to your left outside hip. So you might also want blocks or books underneath the pillows. Again, if folding forward is something that just, is something you're working on. This can be sometimes an intense pose, so really listen to your body. But we're turning towards our left, and we're walking ourselves down onto our prop. And you can have your head, your left ear resting on your prop. Or maybe you want to take it even further and have the right ear resting. So you're coming even further into this twist in your supported ear. Now close down the eyes and just focus on your breath. On your next inhale, slowly coming out. Bring your hands behind you and knock your knees to the other side. We're just coming into deer pose on the other side. So get your prop set up, begin to twist towards the right, and walk yourself down onto your pillows or your bolster. Maybe you have the blocks as well underneath the pillows to help raise it up. And again, maybe this time your right ear's on the mat. Or you want to come even further into a twist and face the other way. On your next inhale, slowly coming up. Let's move our props off to the side. And we're gonna meet at a tabletop. This is also a really good time to grab a sip of water before we make our way onto our backs. Okay, so meeting in tabletop, hands in knees position. Hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. And we're just gonna do a few cat cows. So inhale, belly will drop, coming into cow, looking forward. Exhale, chin to chest, round the spine, coming into cat. Inhale to your cow. Exhale to your cat. 8 more on your own, following your own breath. Last one. And then meet in a neutral spine, and we're gonna come into child's pose. And we're doing child's pose with support. So of course you don't have to, but I want you to decide if you want to stretch your hips, have your knees as wide as your mat. If you want to stretch your low back, have your knees closer together. Now you can have your props in front of you. So when you fold forward, there's something nice and squishy to lie on. And of course, if your heels or your butt is not reaching your heels, you can always sit on a pillow or a blanket and then fold forward. So those are just a couple options. So it's really good too if you have a hard time getting your head to the mat, then having the pillows stacked one on top of the other is gonna really help you just sink into this. Now for this, you might have to look one way and then the other. Or if you know that child's pose is something that you can easily just relax in for at least 20 breaths, then by all means, come to your child's pose. And if you want to turn this into an even deeper passive child's pose, you can have your hands resting by your feet. So instead of your arms overhead, they're alongside the body. And this is actually known as a tortoise pose. And as we rest in child's pose, I just want you to check in with your jaw. See if you're holding any tension here. See if you can release that with your exhales, inhaling through the nose and then exhaling and sighing out the mouth. Inhale, slowly walk yourself up and out. Remove any props so you can come onto your back. But again, keeping your props nearby, we're going to be still using all of them. So soles of the feet on the mat, knees are bent. And just use your hands and your arms to help you come down. Before you actually come down, make sure your blocks or books are close by so they're easy to grab. And if you don't have blocks or books, then pillows are what you're going to be using. So coming down and bringing the heels of your feet close to your butt. Your arms are alongside you. Your fingertips should be able to tickle your heels. We're going to come into a supported bridge pose. So this is where if you have blocks, you can put it on the baby bear height, like I mentioned, or mama bear or papa bear, it's up to you. And of course, if you don't have blocks, then you're going to use pillows underneath your sacrum, underneath your butt. So on your next inhale, lift your hips high towards the sky and slide that prop underneath. I'm actually going to go up onto the mama bear height. If you're using a block, make sure that there's no pinching in your low back. It kind of rests right on your sacrum, near your tailbone. Not on your tailbone, but that should give you an idea. And of course, if you don't have blocks, you can stack your pillows. It's going to make it even more relaxing than if you're on a block. Now I'm going to give an option here. Please only do this if you know it is comfortable. You can try and see how it goes, but try lifting one foot off the mat and then the other. So you're really just resting, balancing on your prop, your block, your pillow. This can be a lot for the low back and the sacrum. So please only do it if it feels good. Really, it should feel good. It shouldn't feel painful. Should be no pinching. And then if you want, you can lift your legs up towards the sky. Wherever you are, again, your feet do not have to be up off the mat. They can be on the mat. But wherever you are, close down your eyes. And take 5 really deep inhales and exhales. If your legs were extended, bend your knees. Slowly bring one foot back down to the mat, then the other. And then everyone together, inhale, lifting the hips up a little higher so you can remove your prop. Now we're coming into our last 2 postures before Shavasana. So have your pillows and blankets close by. But bring your knees in towards your chest and just begin to rock a little bit side to side. Giving now the middle of your back and a bit of your low back a nice massage. And I have to move a little bit away from the wall so I don't hit it, but we're going to come into a supine twist here. So exhale and allow your legs to fall towards the right. Now, if this feels like a lot, this is where having your pillows or your blanket is nice because you can place it underneath and then your legs are resting on that, not the floor. Okay, that's an option. And we're going to have our arms in a cactus. So arms are shoulder height, but then bending at the elbows. You're going to look towards the left ear is coming towards the mat. And you can either stay exactly like this, or you can bring your right hand to your low belly and just begin to reconnect with your breath. Close down the eyes and just enjoy this twist. On your next inhale, head will come back to center. Bring your right arm away from your belly. And inhale, lift the knees back up. And then exhale, gently twist towards the left side. Again, you might want to bring your pillows or your blankets underneath your legs here, just to support you as we sink deep into this twist. Right ear will come towards the mat, looking over the right shoulder. Arms are in cactus still, but then bringing the left hand to the low belly, closing down the eyes, and just focusing on the breath. On your next inhale, head will come back to center. Release that left hand. Inhale, legs come back up. And then give yourself a final hug. And exhale, coming down into Shavasana. Now I'm going to give a few options. If you want, you can take your blocks, your books, your pillows, and place them underneath your legs, kind of underneath your thighs. This will help your legs relax and your hips open even more. You can also do this with pillows right directly underneath your knees. You can bring a pillow underneath your head. If you have a blanket, this is the time. Put your blanket on and get ready for a really lovely Shavasana. I'm going to end with a sound bowl meditation. So get yourself nice and comfy. And as we settle into Shavasana, come back to your breath. Your breath is your anchor. It is always with you. Maybe you want to place one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart, or both hands over your heart. Whatever feels right for you this evening. And just continue to focus on your breath and really allow yourself to absorb all of the benefits from today's practice. Expressing gratitude for yourself for showing up this evening to tend to your body, to relax your mind, and to connect deeper with your soul. Begin to think of 3 things that happened today that you are grateful for. Allow these things to float into your mind's eye and bring a soft smile to your face. Thanking each of these things. Maybe this was a person, some time to yourself, tonight's yoga class. Just allow gratitude to fill your entire being. There's no need to rush to come out of your Shavasana. You can actually just stay here for as long as it feels good for your body. Otherwise, begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, just bringing some life back in. Roll your wrists, roll your ankles. And then when you feel ready, take a big stretch, arms overhead, legs together. You might need to remove your props to do that stretch. And then coming into a fetal position, rolling to one side, knees are bent. Whatever arm is closer to the ground, using that as a pillow as you take a couple breaths in your fetal position. And just thank yourself for showing up tonight. Once again, filling your entire being with gratitude. And then slowly pushing yourself up into a seated position, doing your best to keep your eyes closed as you come up. Bringing your hands to prayer, heart center, and bowing your head. The divine light in me honors the divine light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining tonight for this practice. It was my honor to guide you, and hope you enjoyed.